My childhood best friend is marrying a man she's cheated on multiple times, and he has no idea. So a couple weeks ago, my best friend Diana messaged me saying that she was pregnant and getting married in around 3 months. I was initially really excited for her and was planning on booking my tickets until I realized that the man she was marrying was someone she had pretty heavily abused and might not even be the father of her kid. I should first establish that I haven't lived in the same country as Diana for 10 years now and only knew about her lifestyle and choices from things she told me and evidence she's shown. From what I know, her life had kind of spiraled a fair bit from when I left, and she was partaking in really bad substances, as well as getting into some questionable relationships. I've tried talking to her, but she wasn't very accessible from where I was, and eventually, I just settled on hoping for the best. Since then, she's kind of cleaned up her act aside from a couple hiccups. When she first met her now fiancé, he was good for her. I remember visiting around 5 years ago when they first started talking, and she seemed excited but wary seeing as it was her first relationship with a guy. They had started dating when we were around 18 and 19, and from the outside it looked like they were doing pretty well. However, a year or so into it, she came to me telling me that they had broken up and it was her fault. I asked her what she meant, and she described in detail all the ways that she had emotionally and verbally abused him. She seemed to regret it though, and the years following would date other men as she held on to the idea that her former boyfriend was the one that got away. 3 years after their breakup, Diana reached out to him again, asking him for a second chance. She said that she completely cleaned up her act and would never hurt him again, telling him that her biggest regret in life was losing him. With all things considered, he took her back and they started dating again. It's been around 2 years since then. However, around a year ago, she came to me with a confession. She had been cheating on this man for months now, with a man from her workplace. The man was married and with kids. I obviously told her off about it and asked her to break it off. She eventually told me she did. After a couple of weeks and some stern conversations, she eventually told me she did, so I thought that was that. I still have my doubts though. I also told her that she needs to tell her boyfriend about this. She refused, saying that it might make him do something drastic, as his mental health wasn't super good. I didn't think I had the right to tell her boyfriend about what had been going on, seeing as I was far away and never actually met him in person. I was also afraid that she was right. If I told him and something did happen, I could never forgive myself. This probably makes me a jerk, but part of me also thought that they would break up eventually anyways, but they didn't. He got her pregnant, and now they're getting married. If I said anything now, I risk ruining 3 lives. I still love my friend, despite how dysfunctional she can be sometimes, and she did seem to keep her promise that she wouldn't emotionally and verbally abuse him anymore. But there's a real possibility that my friend lied about cutting ties with the other man, and the baby might not be her current boyfriend's. How should I approach this situation without making things worse? Oh man, this one's horrible. The person by the name of Diana in this story is absolute hot garbage across the board. They're abusive, they've done some illegal substances, they've lied and cheated on their boyfriend multiple times, and there's a chance that the baby they're currently carrying is not their current boyfriend's. Like, what is happening? And this friend is stuck in the middle of all of this. Meanwhile, Diana's boyfriend has no idea what's going on. I think the person in this story has it all wrong. They're worried about ruining lives, but the person in this story by the name of Diana is the one doing that to herself. She's abusive and a cheater, and that poor man deserves the right to make the decision. And sure, the baby might not have a father growing up if things go south, but just think about how devastating this is going to be for that man if he finds out 10 to 15 years later that this is not actually his kid. Either way, this is going to end poorly for that child. In my opinion, I would absolutely let the boyfriend know that his soon-to-be wife Diana cheated on him, has been very abusive, and has been very dishonest. If I was about to get married to my spouse, I would want to know if she was cheating on me. I would not want to be with someone like that. And I'm willing to bet that the boyfriend probably would not want to be with Diana if he knew what was actually going on. Regardless of friendships with Diana, it's time to step up and do the right thing.
The full version of this video is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, so check out the link in the description for it, and if there are any updates to this, that's where they'll be, in the same link. I know a lot of times people like to listen to the Am I the Jerk podcast to chill out or put on in the background. Sometimes people even sleep to it or they do other things while they're listening to it. But if you're ever in the mood for just some chill music you want to put on in the background while you're doing your thing, check out Easy Mode. You can search for Easy Mode on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use, or just go to easymode.com. And as a side note, if you're a streamer streamer on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, you can actually use easy mode music to put on the background of your stream for free.